Allahu Akbar. They are coming for Switzerland also. When you think of Switzerland, you think of order, clean streets, functioning institutions, peaceful cities, and a population that generally stays out of trouble. But your heart will sink when you see what's happening in the place over the past couple of years. Take a look at this clip. What you're seeing here are pro-Palestinian demonstrators occupying railway tracks at major Swiss stations. These demonstrators occupy railway tracks at Lausanne Station and Geneva-Cornevin Station, shutting down train services across multiple lines. Protesters chant, block commuters, and confront police. Now, regardless of where you stand on the conflict in the Middle East, here's the question. Why are commuters in Switzerland being prevented from getting to work? Why are train services being disrupted? Why are ordinary citizens being caught in the middle? Notice how quickly a protest can become a disruption that affects thousands of people who had absolutely nothing to do with the issue being protested. And speaking of public safety, take a look at this. That's the 31-year-old immigrant who stabbed 3 Swiss men, ages 28, 43, and 52, at Winterthur train station. Thankfully, he was arrested. But this is not isolated. Now here's what concerns many citizens. Every time something like this happens, the public hears the same explanations: mental health or individual circumstances. And yes, those factors can absolutely play a role. But many people are asking whether governments are also avoiding the growing security concerns. And every new incident adds to that anxiety. For those whose eyes have not yet been opened, this is the consequence of the mass importation of barbarism from the Middle East, predominantly shaped by Islamic principles. And the result is the same everywhere: anarchy and total destruction. These are all different incidents in different locations. But notice the common theme: public disorder. Now, let's move to another incident. According to reports, an Iranian asylum seeker took train passengers hostage before being shot by police. Think about how terrifying that must have been for the people trapped on that train. These are ordinary passengers, people who were simply trying to get home. Thankfully, the situation ended before more lives were lost.
No problem. Go to Ukraine, finish. They know Ukraine come back to Switzerland. No problem.
But once again, Switzerland found itself dealing with a situation that many citizens never expected to see inside their own country. And that's the point. Many Europeans are not comparing today's Switzerland to some distant conflict zone. They're comparing it to the Switzerland they remember. Now look at this. This is the shocking moment a man dressed in his underpants was seen strolling down a busy London street, carrying a huge knife after a man and multiple women were stabbed and a child chased near school. The terrifying incident occurred on Gordon Street, Ealing, just after 8 a.m. And you might be wondering why we're showing footage from another country. Because that's exactly what many Swiss citizens are asking themselves.
Faut appeler la police.
Here's shocking footage of an Afghan migrant stripping the clothes from a famous statue of the Virgin Mary in Switzerland.
Voilà, ông cha đến này.
As if that isn't detestable enough, the 17-year-old then steals her crown and parades around the Einsiedeln Abbey Church, all just right before Christmas. And guess what? The next incident only intensifies that abomination. That's a picture of a Muslim Green Party politician, Sanija Amity, who resigned after uploading photos on her Instagram page, showing her shooting images of Jesus and Mary. When images involving Christian symbols become the center of controversy, emotions rise quickly. Now let's zoom out for a moment. Take a look at what's happening elsewhere in Europe. This violence is spreading across all of Europe because, due to the prevailing justificationism, immigrants have no sense of limits, but only a sense of impunity and growing arrogance. Western states have allowed themselves to be subjugated by beings who hate us and who recognize no rules, primitive and uncivilized individuals who we have labeled victims. But the victims here are only us. These are scenes of unrest, violence, property damage, and confrontations with police. Every country has its own circumstances. Every event has its own causes. But many Swiss citizens are increasingly worried about social cohesion, communities drifting apart, and the growing polarization. And why shouldn't they, when leaders are reacting instead of preventing problems? Finally, you have to watch this. In this widely shared nighttime video from Leeds, England, a lone white man in a t-shirt and shorts faces off against a group of approximately 9 black men, mostly immigrants. After an apparent verbal dispute, the outnumbered man lands solid punches and kicks, holding his ground impressively despite the odds. His intoxicated girlfriend stumbles through the whole time, repeatedly falling and interfering. Police eventually arrive in high-visibility vests to disperse the chaos.
That was going off. We got it off. YouTube, mate. YouTube. Please, Masu. That's one, mate. Definitely.
What do you think? Is Switzerland simply experiencing the same challenges affecting much of Europe? Or is this the beginning of something larger? Let me know in the comments below. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.